Hi, folks. Mr. Abenetti to talk to you about the results of the PSAT and the pre-ACT for both sophomores and freshmen. Students, you should receive a data card from your Smart Period teacher. This data card shows your results from your respective test. And then the back page contains some interesting information about how college freshmen do at various colleges around the country on that specific test. So this video just explains this data card for you in a bit more detail. I'm going to begin with the sophomore data card. We have two data cards to discuss, but we'll start with the sophomores and then I'll jump into the freshmen. Teachers, if you have a freshman smart period, you can advance the video 20, 30 seconds, maybe up to a minute, and then go on to the freshman data card so that the freshmen don't have to see the sophomore information. Either way, sophomores, here we go. We have this card for Smart Guy McFly. So you should see your name here, right? And this has your grade, your test, and then this is the total score that you earned on the PSAT. And the data card breaks down your score a bit by giving both a math and a reading total, and then you just obviously add up the math and the reading total. That gives you your absolute total. Please note this message about the SAT and the PSAT. So the max score for the PSAT is 1520. While the max score for the SAT is 1600. So the college averages for the SAT will be higher than what you could achieve on the PSAT. So that's the front page. Now we're going to jump to the back page because there's a lot of information in it. So this back page has two columns. One column that shows the scores for the 75th percentile students at various universities. Know this, 75th percentile students are above average. They're actually 25 percentage points above average, right? So these aren't your average students at these schools or average scores. These are the 75th percentile scores. So this is Mother Harvard right here, and their 75th percentile student is earning a perfect score on the SAT. If we jump down here to our flagship universities at IU and Purdue, the 75th percentile students are earning these types of SAT scores. And then we have University of Chicago, Ball State, our Butler Bulldogs, along with IUPUI students. This will just help you gauge where you are relative to those college freshmen. Your score can increase. It'll take some practice, but your score can increase. We have other fun facts as well. So students who score in the top 1% of the PSAT qualify as National Merit semifinalists. They can compete to be finalists. They earn scholarship dollars. Florida A&M, an excellent HBCU, will provide full ride scholarships for National Merit finalists or semifinalists. Here we have our data for the most recent MudSoc, the SAT MudSoc as it pertains, the MudSoc as it pertains to the SAT. We have Fishers in the lead, but just barely. I'm hoping for a more cushion there. I think we can do better, but we're still in the lead as it pertains to the SAT. These are the average scores for the PSAT for our current seniors. This is when they took the test in the fall of 2016, last year. Our current juniors, how they performed this year. So they grew 2 percentage points in comparison to last year's juniors. And then you all, our current sophomores, your average PSAT score is a 1014. It's a drop from 29 points from last year's sophomores. Just know that this average is about where students were 2 years ago. Just last year's sophomores, this year's juniors, last year's sophomores just had an incredible year. And so that's why we see that much of a drop. But 1014 is about the same score as 2 and 3 years ago for our sophomores. And then the freshman score is to be determined. So sophomores, this is your data card, right? Keep it with you. Frame it, put it up on the fridge, take selfies of it, post it to Instagram. I don't know. Do with it what you will. But remember, you can improve your score on these tests by spending some focused time studying. Onward to the freshman card. And freshmen, your card looks quite similar to the sophomore card. We have your name up here. This is Sasha Scholarstein's card, grade level pre-ACT test. And the pre-ACT is divided into 5 scores, one total score, and then it's broken down into 4 separate sub-scores, just like the ACT is. If we move on, and also do note this message here about the pre-ACT versus the ACT itself. And then freshmen, just like the sophomores, you have a data card. There's a variety of information. We have ACT averages for 75th percentile students at various universities. Just like with the sophomores, for the pre-SAT, we have ACT scores for various universities. And you can see those for universities around the state, along with Mother Harvard and the University of Chicago here. Again, these are college freshmen, 75th percentile, not high school freshman scores. Moving on, we have other fun facts. Just as I explained with the sophomores, we have PSAT results that could lead to scholarships. We have the results from the PSAT Mudsock, most recent one with Fishers in the lead. And then we have average PSAT scores for the seniors, juniors, and sophomores. And then freshmen, I'd like to draw your attention to your results on the pre-ACT. Oh, it's hard to see. Why can't I see it? It says that you grew 0.19 points from last year's freshman. So the last year's freshman average was an 18.7. Your average is an 18.89. It's growth. It's a higher score. That's good. I think we can push it further. But overall, continue doing well. Remember, you can improve these scores by just studying for the test, by doing your work in class, by being an amazing scholar. That's all for me. Have a wonderful day. Albinetti out.